My name is Patrick James Yurish. I'm an integrative health practitioner in the Northeastern Pennsylvania region, and I would love to do a quick video today on hyaluronic acid. What is hyaluronic acid? What does it do? And where do we really get it from? Well, hyaluronic acid is just a gap filler really within the body. It's in between your cells, it's in your lungs, it's in your hair, it's in your eyes, it's in your skin. And it just pretty much provides shape and form to the body, lubricates the body. It helps your lungs expand and contract properly. It's in your joints to provide cushion so they can move properly. It's in a fluid called synovial fluid. And it's in your discs in between your vertebrae to provide strength and movement and structure into your back. Now, what happens as we age? Well, as we age, we start to lose hyaluronic acid, and our skin becomes more dry and brittle. Our eyes become drier, we get glaucoma, our hair becomes drier, and we all do, but women especially, they shrink. And what does this due to? This is not due to thinning of bones, or quote-unquote thinning of bones, which is really like a honeycombing effect inside. It's due to losing hyaluronic acid. The discs in between the vertebrae start to lose hyaluronic acid, and they shrink, and now you lose inches off your height. So, supplementing with hyaluronic acid, what does it do for us? Well, Bill Sardi, who was a wonderful Christian man, an extensive health journalist, health researcher, wrote actually a whole book on hyaluronic acid, how to live 100 years without growing old. And this whole book details the benefits about supplementation with hyaluronic acid. And what does it do for you? Hyaluronic acid holds water in the body. Hyaluronic acid acts as a lubricant in heart valves. Hyaluronic acid is the spongy shock absorber at the end of bones. It cushions your bones, it cushions your joints. If you have bone-on-bone abrasion going on, you need hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid holds most of the moisture in the skin. Hyaluronic acid makes up 80% of the human eye. So even way back in ancient days, the Egyptians actually had a beauty supplement that they consumed made of eyes because it contained hyaluronic acid, and we'll get to more so why this actually worked. There was records of royalty actually supplementing with rooster combs and it working. Why? Because rooster combs contain a lot of hyaluronic acid, and we'll explain why this actually works. Hyaluronic acid provides a barrier against the spread of infection. Hyaluronic acid helps to erase fine facial aging lines and wrinkles. Plastic surgery in a bottle, as Bill Sardi liked to call it. So supplementing with hyaluronic acid, there's not only accounts of it erasing fine lines and wrinkles, plastic surgery in a bottle, but also people had knee surgeries canceled just with supplementing with hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid can produce scarless wound healing. How is that? Well, for example, we have quite a bit of hyaluronic acid within our hands. And if you notice, for the most part, your hands don't scar really. Hyaluronic acid is in such concentrations within the hands that it produces scarless wound healing, and your fingerprints are generally retained. So it's just a phenomenal compound and yet nutraceutical as well. Hyaluronic acid has antioxidant properties. Hyaluronic acid detoxifies the body, and hyaluronic acid provides form and shape to the body. So how does it work? Well, when you supplement with hyaluronic acid, 50 to 100 milligrams, directly, it actually doesn't really do much. However, when you start to take it, what happens is it starts to stimulate cells, specifically called fibroblast cells, to start to produce more youthful levels once again in the body. And they first realized this when they would actually inject hyaluronic acid into people's knees who needed knee transplants or had bone-on-bone osteoarthritis going on. They would inject hyaluronic acid. And they found out later that they had way more hyaluronic acid within the joint than they injected. The body realized the hyaluronic acid, and it triggered the body to start producing more youthful levels again. It's a wonderful compound. So there was a demographic in the Yurish IHP location in Japan. Now, for some reason, had a demographic of people with phenomenal health and longevity. Even from appearance-wise, they just looked younger than they were. Pictures of the residents of Yurish IHP, Japan, continue to astound the world. Yurish IHP has 10 times more people living beyond the age of 85 than any community in the United States. Furthermore, these people exhibit youthful skin, flexible joints, and good eyesight that is uncharacteristic for their age. Hyaluronic acid has been identified as the molecule responsible for the health and longevity of the residents of Yurish, Japan. ABC News came to Yurish to discover its anti-aging secret. Dr. Komori, the town doctor, had been studying this population for over 60 years. He noted that there had never been a case of skin cancer in Yurish, and one woman in her 90s has flawless skin. Few people developed the age-related health problems of diabetes, heart disease, or cancer. Dr. Komori attributed the longevity and good health of the residents of Yurish to a substance called hyaluronic acid. Most people have never heard of hyaluronic acid, not even the people who live in Yurish. The diet in Yurish is different from other parts of Japan. In most of Japan, the center of the diet is rice, but in Yurish, which is located on a mountain slope, rice cannot be easily grown, and the people eat sticky types of vegetables, particularly a gelatinous root sweet potato-like vegetable called tamaji. Apparently, tamaji and other foods help to maintain high levels of hyaluronic acid throughout the lifetime of these Japanese people. The molecule associated, at least predominantly, with their health span, their longevity, their outward appearance, was hyaluronic acid. Increasing or maintaining hyaluronic acid levels within their body help their eyes, help their skin, help their joints, help their lungs, help their hair, keeping them a youthful appearance. So what do I recommend? Well, if someone's debating where they should go for a knee surgery, say, if they have bone on bone, they have inflammation going on, I recommend trying out hyaluronic acid. You don't need much, 50 to 100 milligrams per day. It's not directly helping, it's indirectly helping. It's stimulating fibroblast cells to produce more youthful levels of hyaluronic acid. Once again, Bill Sardi had people cancel their knee surgeries due to this. Fine lines and wrinkles he documented were actually reversing due to hyaluronic acid supplementation. Another thing that would be advantageous is don't take much, but there's another molecule called quercetin. Now this is a polyphenol, so you don't want to take too much of it. I would recommend if you're just taking one polyphenol to take about, for adults, 200 milligrams of quercetin. And what quercetin does is actually inhibits an enzyme within the body called hyaluronidase. And hyaluronidase is what's degrading hyaluronic acid within the body. And quercetin, a polyphenol, is from red apples, it's from red onions, inhibits this enzyme hyaluronidase. And now you're supplementing hyaluronic acid, it's triggering your body to make more. The levels could rise now way better because you're inhibiting the enzyme that degrades hyaluronic acid. Now, should we always take hyaluronic acid? Is it for everyone? Well, I recommend hyaluronic acid should only be taken by adults, for one. And second, I would say, when you ever come down with an illness affecting the lungs, it may be time to put hyaluronic acid on the shelf until the illness has passed. Why do I say this? Well, when you're ill and it's affecting your lungs, hyaluronic acid is produced way more inside your lungs to help your lungs function and heal during this stressful event. Now, if you're taking more hyaluronic acid, it might aid in the congestion because you're just overproducing hyaluronic acid to begin with due to the illness. However, if you're not having any deleterious lung affliction, if you're not ill, quercetin, hyaluronic acid, these two things are just wonderful to supplement with. For older individuals, they could help tremendously with bone-on-bone arthritis. They could help tremendously with, if you're worried about shrinking, they can help tremendously with your skin, your hair, your eyes. They are really wonderful molecules to take. Now, a couple other molecules that are good for joint health or skin health are chondroitin sulfate and collagen. Chondroitin sulfate more so for joint health, collagen more so for skin health. So this is the benefits of hyaluronic acid. It's a wonderful molecule. I recommend adults who are having bone-on-bone pain, definitely try this out before you just run to surgery or run for steroid shots. Definitely if you're having maybe fine lines and wrinkles going on, you could try hyaluronic acid out. It's not just a wonder pill, of course. It does take a little time to start to notice improvements. I would give it 6 months to a year, of course, because it's a gradual process to replace that hyaluronic acid that we've lost as we age. So I'll leave a link to a hyaluronic acid product that I actually have within my own line called Grace Life Supplements. So I'll have the link down below, of course, and thank you all for tuning in, and God bless.